MiniWarGaming rules you got wrong.
MiniWarGamer Dave here from MiniWarGaming.com. Welcome Wargamers to another Rules You Got Wrong. These series of videos, we respond to the comments you have left on Bat Reps. This is a 40K Rules You Got Wrong. Starting with Banter Bat Rep, episode 145. These are the comments that you have left. Arcus says a walker does not get immobilized on a 1. That's absolutely correct. He does not get immobilized on the 1. But I just went over the rules of walkers. Their movement is treated exactly like infantry. So if there's dangerous terrain and they're walking through it and you roll a 1, then they lose a whole point. And that's not good for business. Samarius. Hi Dave, cool game. By the way, you can't shoot out of a Razorback. It doesn't have any fire points. That is absolutely correct. Yes. Did not catch that. Don't know what I was thinking. But yeah, that's it's got a sting. It's got a. That was a straight up mistake. So that's got a sting. Absolutely sure. And I have to say this. This is a disclaimer. We are not officially adopting the FAQ from Games Workshop, or the errata of the FAQ, because right now it's not official yet, and because it's not official, we are not adopting it officially. So right now it's still in beta mode, or it's still preliminary. That's why the things that you may see in Bat Reps may not correspond to the floating FAQ that's out there right now. Just so you know. So if there's any comments that are saying, in the new FAQ, blah, 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 we discard those comments because they're not officially official, so we're not doing them right now. Valor Call is 1. Stormland Stemi Company isn't actually a White Scar thing anymore. Lots of formation can use it. That's cool. See, I don't collect that stuff, so I didn't know, so that's cool. Venomlust, any chance you could turn down the volume for the between turn little montages? The volume spikes super loud, kind of ridiculous. Fun video as always. Yeah, it's a good suggestion. I'll let Rob know. He edits with headphones on, so that'd be interesting. Maybe he's going partially deaf. Or not, I don't know. Did you hear that, Rob? See, Rob edits all the videos, so he hears everything. So if I said it, then he heard it. Dara, if you cannot decide who takes a hit from Lookout Sarah, must be the closest. At about 20 minutes, it is a Terminator. At about 26 minutes, it is the Warpsmith. Mistakes were made, but great game. That is actually absolutely correct. We went over the rules for Lookout Sir, and it is the closest model. You are right. Kovlovsky. He's responding to somebody. It says, right, but the new FAQ tells that only a single model can use a grenade, blah, blah, blah. We can't include that comment just because, again, not official yet. And Kovlovsky makes another comment about the new FAQ. Again, have to discard that. So going down to Arcus, unless, wait, hold on. Brother Contagion. So White Scars can be in strictly Iron Hands formation, question mark? Really now? Yes, that was a comment made in the Bat Rep. Obviously not 100% accurate, so thank you. Kovlovsky. It was a fun game. I was glad to see the new Chaos formations, which looks promising. I think that one of the Warpsmiths and 1 to 2 Forge Fiends or Maul Fiends has more potential with the Forge Fiends because the Warpsmith ballistic skill is higher. If you take 2 Forge Fiends with the Hades autocannons, it will be a lot of accurate deca. I'm not impressed with the Chosen of Abaddon formation. Free boon and mutation is pretty bad. And the fact that the squad gains Fearless with the Sorcerer or Lord in it is just as an influence if you use Sorcerer because they don't have Fearless by default, unlike the Chaos Lords. They made some mistakes, which is understandable since you don't play much these last few months. At 20 minutes and 28 seconds, Dave, don't forget that Warpsmiths have a Power Axe by default, and so would have had attack and initiative 1, but with strength 5 AP2 attacks, I think it would have been more powerful. At 48 minutes 54 seconds, why do the Marines need a 4 to glance the Rhino in close combat? It's because it was a crack grenade and rear armor. Telma. Kovlovsky Marines can take crack grenades, which is strength 6 in close combat. Yes. And Daniel TMU Do Razorbacks have fire points? No, they don't. Kovlovsky, the FAQ is still in draft. And, no, oh, actually, this is Ammo Dog 101 is responding to Kovlovsky, letting him know that we are not using the FAQ. Brother Contagion, no, Dave Walker, don't treat difficult terrain as dangerous. Yes, you're right, they don't. It's only they only treat dangerous as dangerous. That's the only case. Sentikan, the chaos looks amazing. It was a pleasure watching them do battle. Thank you. Sparkplug 21. Great bat rep. Iron Hands first turn. Devastator Squad cannot fire from Razorbacks. Yes, you are absolutely correct. Crystal 1 at this. This game could have been so much more fun if not for little rules mistakes. Good effort though, boys. Love these bat reps. Also, on a side note, the Rhino was stunned. It could not have moved. Stunned vehicles cannot move. You're right. So, thank you very much for watching this Rules You Got Wrong. Everyone else will continue with their rules that they got wrong in their bat reps. So, thank you, and enjoy the rest of the video.
This is from the Space Marines versus Eldar battle report. This is from Castle Duck. At 17 minutes and 13 seconds, can the Scorpions assault turn 1 if they infiltrated? I don't believe they can, but I don't know all of the Eldar shenanigans. I do believe this was a formation that he brought, which allowed him to actually assault turn 1. Then we have Buckaroo 13, Skyhammer formation, drop pods ignore the drop pod assault rule, so I would have been able to bring the Grav cannon drop pod on turn 1 as well. That was actually a mistake on my part. When I read it, it says this ignores the rules for drop pod assault. I thought this meant, I misread it and said this does not ignore the rules for drop pod assault, so it wouldn't have been able to do that. That was my mistake there. And quirk, one of the rules for the Skyhammer formation is leave no survivors. Says that Assault Marines can use their jump packs in both movement and assault phase, so they could use Hammer of Wrath. I actually did know that, I just forgot it at the time when I did charge in. Then we have the Land Raider blew up at 14 minutes and 33 seconds. Your Terminator should have been pinned, not just snap shooting. You're absolutely correct, but what happens is you end up doing 2 tests there. One is for a pinning test and one is for snap shooting. I do believe they passed their pinning check. Then we have Orcs versus Space Marines. Quirk, at 42 minutes, you overwatched with guys in Mega Armor. It had no impact in the game, but Mega Armor gives Slow and Purposeful, which says no Overwatch. You are absolutely correct. I don't know what happened there. I was just on autopilot when I was doing that one and rolled the dice for it. Afterwards, looking back, when I was dumping all the footage for it, I looked at it and went, ooh, I can't actually do that. That was my mistake. I do know that rule. I just messed up there. And Funslow. Roll 1 to 5 on the D table. This model suffers a penetrating hit that causes it to lose D3 hull points instead of 1. Yep, absolutely right. We just didn't end up rolling for that. And then at 45 minutes and 40 seconds, Quirk should have only rolled 2 invuln saves, but he failed each, causing D3 hull points. Yep, you're absolutely right.
Thank you very much, Wargamers, for watching this edition of Rules You Got Wrong 40K bat reps for this last week. And make sure to leave your comments in the bat reps and cite your sources. Cite page numbers, cite timestamps in the bat reps so that we can be very specific in the rules that we have gotten wrong. And if it's from an errata or FAQ, just know that at this point in time we have not officially adopted the Games Workshop new FAQ because it's not official yet. But once it becomes official, then we adopt it with some tweaks, because there's some things in there that are just absolutely ridiculous. And I will say that. But thank you very much for watching, and happy wargaming.